Morning everyone, welcome to Later Tater. Cue awesome intro remix that was super cool to make. So welcome to the show straight after the other show, which we call Later Tater because it's Tater just a bit later. I'm so proud of the name too. Anyway, yeah, hopefully you guys actually enjoyed that last episode, which was about IO games, of course. And if you guys didn't, then, well, screw you. But no, I'm just joking, man. You know, each to their own. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But yeah, this one's a little bit more casual, as we always say every single episode. So we're going to switch our coffee to rum and coke. It's actually far too early for the rum and coke. We'll switch back to coffee. So yeah, I am planning to make an IO game. For those, again, who watched the previous video, I think I've said that like a million times. And the idea behind it was that we were playing a few IO games, and I really want to make something with somebody else. And I have this friend who is also not doing too much as well in terms of work, I guess. I'm not too sure what he's working on actually. But I thought that maybe this was an opportunity for me to actually work with somebody else on a project and finally sort of release something that you're going to keep up constantly. Skyroar is not really maintained very well. But the IO game, I'm hoping to have it maintained. The reason why Skyroar isn't maintained is because it isn't making me any money. I know the gameplay concept is very simple, but that was about a week's worth of work, no more, no less, plus maybe 3 or 4 days for the updated version, which kind of got rid of all the bugs and all that type of stuff. But the IO game is something that I've always sort of wanted to make in the back of my mind, and I've written up a few ideas. You may see it behind me, and I actually do have a domain name. Unlike I said, it was very hard to actually find a decent domain name. Stop flickering light. But I ended up just searching for every word possible, and I wrote down all the ones that were available, which given was like 5 or 6 bloody words. So I wasn't able to find a really good one, but I found one that was so catchy, and for obvious reasons, since I haven't bought it yet, I'm not going to tell you guys what it is. I don't want you guys buying the domain name and then selling it to me for like 10 grand or something like that, because I will just change it, so I'm not going to tell you, because it was very hard to find a very catchy name. The game looks okay right now. I have a style that I want, but it has post-processing in it, which I do not want, because then that's an extra, I guess, bandwidth or memory. I'm trying to make the file of the actual game as low as possible. You don't want it too high, you know what I mean? It is a web browser game, so it kind of relies on people's internet being fast enough to load it up straight away so that you can hurry up and play the game. So there is going to be a little bit added into that so that we can actually get it done. And I expect it to be done by the end of the month. Maybe 1 month should be enough. And of course, once I've finished it and actually published it, I'm going to release some tutorials on it so that we can kind of teach you the whole back end of an IO game, because the networking might be sort of unfamiliar for some people. A lot of you guys out there claim that you know how something is networked, but you don't realize how hard it actually is. Or some of you, again, not all of you, but a lot of people think that making a multiplayer game is just like, oh, easy, it's just like single player, but you make it, you know, through a network. It's a lot harder than you think. But again, stuff like that is open for interpretation. If you don't believe that the game needs to be actually networked and you actually decide to work on an IO game, this was going to be the next GameJam game idea, was to make an IO game. The problem was, and I knew this would happen, was some people would make AI versions, of course, because they don't know how to network, and the other people will make network versions, and guess which one's going to be more popular, you know? It's a little bit of an unfair advantage, but I mean, most of the GameJam stuff is, and also since I was making one, I wanted to participate, and I didn't want to have that kind of advantage of already having one available, and then just replicating everything I pretty much did. And of course, a lot of people was going to catch me out on that type of stuff, so I'm just going to eliminate it entirely from the possible games for the next GameJam, and we're going to find something else really cool. But again, that's thinking way into the future. The GameJam is not even near here. The next one is probably going to be, because I know not many of you guys actually watch this channel, but I'm going to release the GameJam dates. You've probably already figured out a pattern. It is the first of every second month, so it is not bi-monthly, 2-monthly? So there's going to be one every 2 months. So there was one in September, there was one in July, missing August, so we got September, and then we got October. Then November the 1st, of course, we are going to be doing another game jam for the first 4 days, is very likely. But I'm thinking of extending it to a week. Again, comment section if you guys enforce, or second that, because it's very useful to know what you guys think, because I'm guessing that the last 2 game jams, the reason why a lot of games were unfinished or buggy or had a lot of problems was mainly because they didn't have enough time to actually fix those problems. So I'm assuming that 4 days is a little bit too short for people. So yeah. But the other problem with extending it to 7 days is that people will basically take days off because there is no very short time limit, and they're going to produce the exact same quality of games, is the only fear there. Obviously, you have some exceptions where people are like, 7 days, psst, I'm working 7 days full on. I tried to schedule it around the weekend for a lot of people. Yeah, hopefully you guys actually enjoyed the interview yesterday. That was a little bit weird. The guys who did the interview were so very shy, and there was a lot of sort of language barrier stuff, so talking to them casually and sort of nonchalant was not an option. I tried that for the first like 5 minutes of talking to them, and they consistently didn't really get what I was saying. So it's I think the way that we did it was very good. They claim it was embarrassing for them, but they did a great job, an amazing job. And if you guys are watching this channel too, again, good job, good on you. I seriously look forward to their Steam release so bloody much, and I'm definitely going to promote it on my channel, because it's so nice to hear that people are doing stuff for Game Jam and continuing that project. For the last Game Jam, I'm pretty sure that they said that they weren't continuing the project, but they would love to continue working together, which is a great thing. And these guys have a sort of similar thing. They're looking for more partners. Again, watch the other video if you want links to join them and enjoy their stuff. Ooh, coffee. Anyway, I'm sure that I've taken up enough of your guys' day. You guys need to go and be productive as per usual, and I will see you guys tomorrow with another great video. Cue awesome outro. I love the outro, guys. Jeez. Sorry, cue awesome outro.